Hey, before I start the video today, I just want to make a crazy announcement, which is that this week we reached 15,000 subscribers on this channel. I can't believe it. Thank you all so much for singing. Thank you for subscribing. If you are one of the people who is not one of those 15,000, then go ahead, click that button. Lots of people are with us and we are all enjoying our singing together. So it would be wonderful for you to join us. I hope that you'll enjoy this video. Let's get on with it. Hey singers, it's Laura. Welcome back to the weekly warm-up. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Last week, I did not post a video, and that is because the previous week I was traveling. I was attending a conference, and today I just want to share with you a little bit about what I learned, because the subject of the conference was body mapping. And I can certainly say, using myself as an example, it is absolutely possible to go on in singing for years, even decades, without much awareness or understanding of the body. And expanding my awareness and understanding in this area has been incredibly helpful, both to my technique and to my experience of music making. And so I think that this is a great way for you to get started, and I want to show you how. So what the heck is a body map? Well, a body map is what you think about your body, how you think your body is constructed, how you believe that it moves. And while this sounds very cerebral or maybe even a little bit woo-woo, it actually is a neuroscientific fact. You will operate your body according to how you believe it is constructed. And so if your body map is inaccurate, you will consistently move your body in ways that are inefficient. And repeated inefficient movement can lead to strain. It can eventually lead to injury. And so in order to prevent that, you can educate yourself and learn more about the actual construction and function of your body. And improving and refining that map will allow you not only to prevent those negative consequences, you prevent that strain, prevent that injury, which already has huge benefits for singers. If you want to kind of get rid of some vocal tension, have more vocal stamina, stop getting hoarse, then there is a lot to learn that will prevent those repetitive strain problems. But even better than that, learning more about the actual full range of movement of your body opens up the full range of musical expression. So body mapping as a discipline is really directed for musicians of all kinds, instrumentalists, singers, and kind of adding to your own understanding can really help to open up your expressive capacity. Because as singers, our only instrument is our body, and everything that we do expressively and musically is created by movement in the body. So the more efficiently and the more sort of widely we can use our bodies, the more we're able to do as musicians. This is a practice that has been wonderfully interesting and gratifying for me, but it also has really helped me both to work on my technique and also to sort of change my experience of music making, physically, mentally, emotionally. So I'd love to tell you a few of the things that I've learned and also to share some resources, because as passionate as I am about it, I'm really at the very beginning of my learning journey here. I am not a licensed body mapping educator. That is a long process. And so I am just a person who has benefited from this learning, and I want to show you a little bit of what I have learned so that you can start to get interested, but also hopefully share with you a pathway that you can follow to start educating yourself, improving your own body map, and really start to derive those benefits. Okay, so let's actually start with the resources. I got started in this discipline by reading the book. It is called What Every Musician Needs to Know About the Body by Barbara Conable. I cannot recommend it more highly. It is a really simple, kind of thin book. There are two editions. The older one is blue, and it looks very much like a cartoon inside. There's also a newer edition, which is lavender on the front, and I'll put little pictures of them up here because I have loaned out both my copies. But this book, both have the same information. It just sort of depends on how you like to access your information. If you are going to be a person who is going to feel talked down to, if you're seeing kind of cartoony images and like Comic Sans font, don't get the blue one. I love the blue one. It's my personal favorite. But if you feel like you like to read things that are in a slightly more scholarly vein, then get the purple one. If you read that and your brain is just on fire for more body mapping knowledge, you can go to the course. So you can look at bodymap.org, and there you can learn about locations and times. A lot of them are online, when you can take the course, which has the same name, What Every Musician Needs to Know About the Body. So as I said before, I am not a licensed body mapping educator. This is nothing like the course. I am not intending in any way to teach you comprehensive body anatomy. I just want to share with you a few of the facts that have really kind of opened up my singing, because it has been tremendously helpful, both in my technique as a musician, but also in the way that I feel my body moving around in the world. So the first of these is that the spine and the skull meet at a joint called the AO, or atlanto-occipital joint. And that joint, the location of this joint, is what really was so fascinating for me when I learned it. I think if you had asked me before, I would have been able to say, yes, I think the skull and the spine connect in some way, but I think I thought that they connected here at the base of the skull in the back. So I kind of thought of my spine as like a broomstick that goes up the surface of my back where I can feel the bony parts, and then the head kind of hangs off the front of it. And the truth is that the location of that joint where the spine and the skull meet is roughly between your ears. It is actually, you know where that uvula is, that dangly bit in your mouth? It's not far behind that. So that place of balance, that place where really our balance begins to establish ourselves at the top of our bodies, is much more central than I ever realized. And understanding that, and then feeling like I can refine the balance of my skull on my spine, has been so helpful in releasing vocal tension, releasing the muscles of the neck, of the throat, and has also helped me to then be more mindful of the balance of my spine as a whole. So the second body fact that I want to share is also about the spine, but now we're looking at the other end of the spine. So at its base, at the lower end of it, the spine delivers all of the weight that's coming down that column into the pelvis. And the pelvis is that very strong, bony structure on both men and women. And it delivers the weight then through its arched shape, either from the spine through the pelvis into the legs, if you're standing, or from the spine through the pelvis into the sits bones, which are these sort of like rocking bones at the base of the pelvis. And what learning this has done for me has made me feel like I'm equally able to balance my body, balance my torso, and therefore support my singing and access my full breath 360 degrees around, whether I'm standing or singing or in any other position. Understanding that the sort of weight delivery system of the body is intact, standing or sitting, is enormous, because we singers spend so much time sitting, and I think a lot of us feel like we are in some way compromised, that we can't actually access our balance, but we can if we understand how the spine delivers the weight through the pelvis. The third fact that I want to share may seem like it's not directly related to singing, but because singing really is a whole body activity, understanding this better has absolutely made a difference in my singing. And that is that in terms of the skeleton, the arm structure is attached to the rest of the body here. So the collarbone attaches to the shoulder structure, that shoulder blade, and then it connects to the arm bones and down into the fingers. So in fact, the motion of the arm starts here across the collarbone. So you can kind of get a sense of that. You can see here, or you can feel it on yourself. If you just move your arm and put a finger here, you will feel that that collarbone is really where the movement is originating. Now, this seems again like just sort of an interesting, fascinating fact, but the truth is that I think I believed before that my arms were somehow attached to my rib cage, almost like a Barbie's, like there's that hinge there. And believing that restricted my ability to move my ribs so much, because I just felt like my whole torso was truly like a cage, like a solid cage. And understanding the arm structure opened up a whole line of inquiry into, okay, if this is attached here and that's the whole arm structure, then what actually is going on with the ribs? And that has been amazingly helpful in understanding breath, feeling how breath can move in the body, feeling more open, more free, and also to standing for long periods with a choir folder. So wonderful. That has been a great thing. And it's also just a fascinating tidbit. You'll never move your arms the same way after you understand that they are attached right here at your collarbones. The final idea I want to share with you that comes from body mapping, and this originally really comes from the world of Alexander technique. Barbara Conable is the founder of body mapping as a discipline, but her background really was in Alexander technique, which is another, this is a terrible term for it, somatic discipline, alignment principle, I don't know. It's a body study. And that is where Barbara Conable got her start. And so this idea really comes from that heritage. And it is the idea of the unified field of attention. So this is where we start to get a little bit more woo-woo, but the idea is basically that we can increase our awareness to include not just the specific body part that is doing kind of a technical musical action, but also to include more of the body, eventually the whole body, eventually the space around us, the instrument if we're playing one, the sounds around us, the room, the space above us, potentially even the audience. And this larger awareness is really such an amazing exploration to developing more musical expression and also more of a sense of kind of agency and presence in performance. So singers, I hope that something here has whetted your appetite for more understanding of the body, more refining of your body map. I hope that all of you are watching and feeling your first arm joint, balancing your skull on your spine, maybe even using your phalanges to order Barbara Conable's book. It is just such a great investment. So I hope that this is really the beginning of a wonderful line of study for you. I'm so grateful to all of you for your support. Thank you for clicking the like button if you thought this was a helpful video. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed already or who are subscribing on today's video. I just can't believe 15,000. It's amazing. Thank you so much. If you can't wait until next Thursday, do check out the description box for a link to sign up for the newsletter. That comes to your inbox each and every Friday, and it is totally free. I would love to see you over there. As a quick reminder, I will be teaching some workshops this summer. They start next Tuesday, so July through August of 2025. There's information on registering below. And in the meanwhile, thank you for practicing.